will call it a roller coaster yesterday because after that we played Toulon in Quebec, and then I think it's Lions, Bulls, Leicester Sharks going into January.
It's a secret center.
Yeah.
Dit wat ons kry, hier gaan ons.
What episode are we?
120... 122.
122.
I think 22, boykie. I'm going to check here up my notes.
No, yes, so exciting weekend, party. Boktown was cooking.
Yeah, it was a lot of... It was cool. First time that I've watched a game like that and interacting with the Ruckers and seeing how emotional people are during a game. Journalism and net family that you get to see how high the emotions is with Springbok test matches. So it was cool to see.
But the type of rugby as well, man. Especially on Sunday's review, the way we spoke about a couple of things was very interesting. Because the point you make about Juan Venter, the missing of Auction Chair was massive. It didn't feel like we not missed him. Always going to miss him, but I mean, the scrums were cooking still.
Yeah, Juan stepped up. I think that's why I'm so obviously I played with him when I was young, Parry. So so happy for him. I think he comes from the R.
The R. The Aarde.
The R. That's where Juan is from. But it was lekker also. I think Sunday. I don't know. You feel at the people's interaction.
That's the most important thing.
Andre Jafta, ek wil vir my DM stuur, okay? He talked about my pace compared to Grant's.
Is it? We didn't mention it at all.
Luckily, I him laat gaan, man.
The Ruckers getting into
all right,
it. Yeah.
Are you almost ready to start?
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Episode 122. No, then it's showtime, eh? Let's get cracking.
Let's get going.
Ruckers, here we are. Welcome back to your number one rugby podcast. It's episode 122. And you know, Behind the Ruck is supported by Supersport Bet, okay? And Rassie is in our heads. He's living rent-free in our heads, eh, Ruckers? And also our hydration sponsor, Sweets. It's in the building, okay? Get your sweets, get your barcodes, because you can win a lot of other prizes, okay? A Motor S7 and all these type of things, okay? It's Behind the Ruck. We ready for it. I'm your former Springbok. You want to be bodybuilder, okay? That doesn't get time for the gym. Juan de Jong in the house. Next to is the one and only.
Ruckers, Rudy Page, will be a former scrum half himself. Really exciting week, a proud week for all of our Springbok fans, for all of our South Africans. Our Springboks had an amazing test match. We've had a brilliant week so far.
Yeah.
Looking at our lives outside of rugby, how are we doing?
Very good. Good. Springbok rugby, happy. Family, happy. Health, happy.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And then we all good. Are you ticking the same boxes?
I'm not ticking the same boxes, Ruckers. So Paige is by himself at home with the kids.
Where's Mama? Made in China.
Mama is made in China this week. So I hope she's having fun. I hope she's watching the episode. Hello, Mamzi. I miss you a lot, okay? But Daddy's keeping down the fort. But yeah, I think a bit tiring, a bit fatigued after the weekend. Obviously, Cornel Hendricks Foundation event Friday night. Then Saturday night, late night again at the Boktown. Luckily, that's the last late game for the year. So, but still picking up the pieces from a long weekend, Wiki.
No, 100%. Yeah. And then we're moving on to the pasta.
Pasta with Ruckers. We can see here in the studio today. We got the Jurie jersey to give us context who the Springboks is facing. But if you are sitting down, okay, you want to know what is happening in the episode today, Paige. I don't want all the chitty chat.
Yes.
Okay, Ruckers, we're going to quickly, before we get to Jurie Matthee, our guest of episode 122, represented the Matties, current Stormers fly-off, made his debut against Leicester Tigers in an Investic Champions Cup game. He's still a youngster. He's still getting into the mix. So we're making sure that we are first with the story, with who he is as a human being. So up today in the episode, Jurie Matthee, Stormers fly-off in the house, okay? We'll quickly be having a look at a video from this past Boktown weekend where South Africans sing the national anthem. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Witnessing that after Jurie Matthee, okay, it's Springbok rugby. We quickly reflect again on the France game. Then we move into our international fixtures this upcoming week. A few big ones standing out. Obviously, the Jurie beating the Wallabies, Springboks versus Italy, massive stuff. It's New Zealand up against England, and this is your number one rugby podcast.
They know.
Ruckers. Okay, if you're here for the very first time from Paul, I don't believe there's any more roofkijkers in Paul.
No,
okay?
Peppies.
But if there's new Paul Jum fans in the house today, please smash the subscribe button. Okay, we want to go to 35K this week still. That's the dream. This week we want to reach 35,000 subscribers. So let's share with our fans and family.
35K, and hopefully you can get something. We'll see you later on. Hey, yeah, exciting things. Jurie Matthee, the Peppies
Yes,
boy.
boykie.
More Springboks than policemen in
Oh,
Peppies.
dat skit in die perel.
Happy days. Hey, up next, Jurie Matthee.
Ruckers, let's welcome the guest to this week's episode. Manie Stormer's debut in a game that really had so much significance because it's announced him to the rugby world. He played for the Maties. Hails from Paul Jum. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it a massive round of applause for Stormer's flyer, Jurie Matthee.
Yes. Jurie Matthee. Matthee, okay.
I think it struggles with the pronunciation when the commentator speaks it.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Matthee, but Matthew, whatever, we'll take it.
Otherwise, you're good, feeling good. A little bit of a break now, is it?
A little bit on a break. I think it's 3 weeks now until we play the next game. But very good start to our season. I mean, we couldn't be happier as the Stormer squad. 5 wins on the trot. So,
Yes, woo.
so very happy with that.
Don't look at me, okay?
No, I'm just checking if you know about that.
Jurie, 3 weeks off, 2 weeks off. What are Stormers players get up to in time off?
What does Jurie get up to?
What does Jurie get up
Fishing.
to?
Yuri is still in Cape Town at the moment, so
Okay.
it's a lot of beach days when the sun is out,
Okay, yes.
coffee in the morning, a little bit with a breakfast, and afternoon chill, maybe an afternoon dip as well. That's the Cape Town life, you know.
And no rugby in that time.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Oh, actually, fortunately. So no rugby in that time. If it's a week, 2 weeks, you maybe take off all the gloves and leave it on the side and just chill. But when it gets longer, you have to get back into that pre-season mindset, you know.
So you're not one of those players that as soon as they got 2 days off, they want to go to the gym, they want to go lift a little bit.
A flyer, Jim.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I keep busy with golf and all sorts of hobbies. So I lift a bit, but I won't say I miss it too much in 2 or 3 days' time now.
Smart, man.
And partner, a week-ish ago, birthday.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
belated birthday.
Thanks.
What did we do?
Actually, just chilled. You know, as rugby players, there's if in the off time, there's not much going on for the guys around you, you know, because they're either working or your wife is at work. There's not a lot for you to do. So yeah.
You got to keep busy.
Yeah.
That's always difficult. I say when people are on holiday, rugby players work.
Exactly.
And it's the other way around.
And your off day is not Saturday, but it's
Yes.
Wednesday. Everyone's working.
That's generally the tough part. Very quick question, the golf handicap?
I'm playing off a 2 at the moment.
Luxem.
Yeah.
Okay.
En you 2-0. I'm just checking.
Really? Ons moet gaan speel.
I would love to take you on, Bokke, but ek is currently a 15 en 'n 2 gaat my nog as bietjie bang
Ja.
maak.
No. Remember, I struggled to score. I play good golf, but I struggled to score because I can't make points.
Yeah.
And at school, did you play golf?
I actually took up golf, I think, in matric, so not a long time now.
Is it 2?
Yeah. I
In
started
matric?
playing in 2017, 2018, yeah. But
Without,
I enjoyed it a lot.
without
It's-
coaching, just natural ability. Or a little bit of...
Yeah.
A little bit of
No
coaching.
coaching. No coaching.
Yeah, partner.
Jurie, let's go back to the 5 weeks, the incredible 5 weeks. Obviously, well done as well, especially the last game against Benetton. Man of the match, 21 points, unbelievable performance. But this 5 games, the first 5 games, how was it? Sitting top of the lock now?
Yeah, I think we're comfortable now, but not saying we're relaxed. I think it's just, Double always says we're playing with a knife to our throats when we start chasing log points or start chasing wins, you know. But winning 5 games in a row, especially focusing on, we're not a good touring squad if you look at the history. So playing in Europe, it was so fun actually just implementing a game model that actually gets us over the line and winning some games. You know, our camp is when we win, it's just fun and everybody has smiles on their faces. So, yeah, looking back at it, I think we made a couple of changes on defense that really helped. I think we is on the top of the log for tries conceded as well.
Yes, yeah. Leinster 0, Scarlet 0.
Yes.
Norman Lakers, die doen jou werk, okay?
Norman Lakers. And then I think just a lot of people say it's conservative kicking, but if you look at where rugby is at the moment, everybody kicks. Even if it's on back football, you kick. If it's front football, you play. It's as simple as that, even if it's in their half. So 5 out of 5, you can't complain too much.
I can't complain, especially that last one, Benetton. I mean, you made history as well. It's the first time in Treviso you guys won.
Yes.
How was that experience like in your performance overall? How did you feel playing against the Italians? Obviously, the Springboks playing the Italians as well. What is
Look,
that like?
the Italians are passionate, you know. For 20 minutes, they're in your face. They tackle low and they shoot. So you know when you actually have to carry the ball, just go low, just be direct. And then for me, if you get momentum, play. Otherwise, just look for kick space or the space around you. It's as simple as that, Johan.
Hey Ruckers, thank you for liking our content.
Ruckers, we're giving away a Stormers jersey to someone in the comment section, but we have to reach 35k. This jersey is signed by John de Villiers, Brian Abena, and Hugh Aplon. Come on.
But now, back to the episode. So you're as a flyer, you don't try and complicate the game. Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Rugby is actually a simple game for me. It's going forward, you can play, going backwards, you kind of look to kick and transfer pressure. I look at kick sometimes as transferring pressure, not as relieving pressure. But really, I don't like to complicate the game too much. For me, it's simple numbers and space. And then when you get into space, do your thing.
And if we look at the rugby currently being played, what type of kicks do you think is most effective? If you look at the international scene, at you guys, at URC scene, what type of kick? Is it the long, effective kick trying to apply defensive pressure, or is it just the ball finding space, allowing it to maybe have 1 or 2 bounces? Which type of kick is most effective in today's rugby?
Yes, most effective, I would say contestable. So if you just like differentiate between a contestable can be a kick that can bounce 2 times on the ground. If you make that a contestable, I would say contestables. But it's just the balance of going to the air when there's no space around you and then actually looking for grass when that's on, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a more effective kick. I think there's a more effective kick in the scenario, depending on what you're given and what the pictures look like.
Yeah, it's almost like a trap to tap type of vibe, because when the ball bounces 3 times, the chase line can put more pressure on
Exactly.
them, and then obviously they have to kick a bad kick, and that's where you counter.
Yes, and especially like when you go for contestables, we see a lot of those little dinks over the ruck now and guys pulling through. You can't cover everything at the back, so if you can sort of play with the backfield and make them vulnerable, it's so tough to cover.
And also, I want to know, is it easier with the massive pack of forwards? Because if you look at all these guys like the Springboks and the France, it just feels like when the momentum is on top of you, you can make easy decisions. Because
No, definitely, Juba. I mean, if you go forward, you need a big pack of forwards for that, because sometimes there's a wall in front of you, and I just look at the Springbok pack. I mean, it must be so lucky to play behind them, because they just go over the advantage line, and yeah, I mean, making decisions from there is a little bit easier than going backwards and struggling to find momentum, especially from wide rucks and going through that wall.
Boys, before it's too late in the week, I quickly can't help myself, partner. While we got Jurie, who's currently still an active player, looking back on France, thoughts on the game, and then looking ahead at the Italian test match. What is your thoughts on what this next 7 days, the turnaround in that game will be?
I think that France game was an intense test match. I mean, that was so fun with all the momentum shifts. Like there was parts of the game where I thought France was going to walk away with this. Then I was like in that when we got down to 14 men, we reacted well. We played good rugby in the second half, especially in the second part of the second half, and then we just crushed them. So going into Italy, we are almost hearing the rumors or always like just following the newspapers. Yeah. But it looks like the team will differ. So a little bit of a different game plan, maybe. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, what is your thoughts?
Look, I think I was impressed with what Jurie just said now. I thought, looking at the game, it could have been even 40 points for the Springboks, because we had such a strong end to that game, partner. And the fact that when Loot went down, I don't know how the Springboks managed this, our intensity went up.
Yeah.
Manie came on, Sasa moving to 15. That the fact that we played the same way for Sasa's try and then having the ability to swing around the corner, trapping that outside backs. I was very impressed with that attacking play. But then the Italians, I'm confident the Springboks will win. But I also think when Italy came in the beginning of the year, they put up a fight for 50 minutes.
Yes.
And they put up a fight for 50 minutes without their star players. Miguel Amaro wasn't there in the beginning of the year. Brex wasn't here. Monty Ioane wasn't here. Capuzzo wasn't here. So they do have some quality players that we will be facing this weekend. And they got a little bit of momentum after beating the Wallabies.
Yeah.
So I think we should win it and we will win it, but I don't think it might not be as comfortable as we all think outside.
Easy one, yeah.
as in
And
South
I mean, they're
Africa.
going to be hurt as well because I think the Port Elizabeth game, Koberge game, it was like 40-something-0. So, and the coach obviously complained about, the kickoff, the scrum, those type of things. It kind of makes them hurt a little bit. So they're going to come out firing. But for you, looking at Springbok rugby, and you look at your teammates that's actually with the Stormers, is going to play with you as well, like Kobus Reina, Sasha, Damian Willems. How do you look at the game? Do you look at learning from the Springboks, or do you look at, listen here, how does he play? How can we connect with him when they come back to the Stormers?
That's an interesting question, Juba. I think looking at the Stormers, you're trying to figure out what they do. Rassie is very clever with what he does. He always has. I actually enjoy the game model around, and I don't know if Rassie builds it. If what's the attacking coach?
Tony Brown.
If Tony Brown does it, so we're actually in a transition phase where we went from the kicking, now we're actually an attacking rugby team, and I kind of enjoy that.
Love it.
Coming to your question with how do you pick up on the cues? I mean, like I've been training with Sash now for a couple of years. Like what he does on a rugby pitch is incredible. We saw what Kobus Reina can do. I actually haven't watched a lot of footage of him playing in the top 14 but I don't look at individuals. You can definitely see a guy like Manie. I also know him well now. You can see their cues and what they look at. Like the cross kicks is obviously a favorite for Manie. But yeah, just in general, you try and pick up on what they do, and it's actually exciting now with the different shapes, the 4-man of 9, how they do it of 10. So you try and pick up the cues from that, but not especially a specific individual.
And the fact that Kobus is joining the Stormers, is there a little bit of excitement as a young player? Now that a guy that's won two World Cups, just scored an absolute worldie this past weekend before halftime.
Mini Alk.
Massive try before first half that turned the game, I believe, against the run of play. How excited are you that now you can share the training field and play with someone who's got so much experience?
Yeah, no, it's actually like a very privileged position to be in. You have all these world-class players around you, and for Kobus coming in, he's a very explosive, exciting player. I can't wait to see him go and having his snipes around the breakdown, reacting to that. He brings such X factor with some action-packed highlights. So yeah, looking forward to that.
And also like Manie as well, because when I came back from England, Manie was here. You came into the scene as well. What have you learned from Manie as well? Before he left, in terms of how he looks at things, how go forward, how he looks for space.
I actually learned a lot from Manie. I mean, the way he kicks the ball with both feet is quite incredible. And the second thing I would say is his natural ability to go to space. And like for me, I also have the ability to go there, and I do it in my own way. But there's also always something you can learn from someone. So you do something your way, and Rudy, you do something your way. But in the middle, you can find the cues and what works better. So the way Manie kicked is something specifically I learned from me, is going towards touch almost and kicking from there, taking all the pressure away. And the way he, like, for us as Stormers, we play quite flat. I'm going specifically towards what I've learned Manie now from Manie. He plays flat, so you don't always have to take space or run with the ball, but you can stay flat and be in the defender's face and hold your feet.
And still be a threat,
Exactly. So that was kind of the two main things I picked up from Manie and the way he does it.
Yeah. And also, like, sorry, partner, these two guys, you spoke about pressure. What type of pressure is it to be in the same position as, Sasa Feinberg, who's playing on fantastic form, Manie, that's obviously part of the Springboks, and Damian Willemse as well, that plays that 10 position. What type of pressure is it on you, maybe?
I won't say you can maybe put pressure on yourself, especially if you have dreams to play for the Springboks. But in saying that, I think the best way to get there is just to express yourself and enjoy your rugby while you're at a union or wherever you're at. So I won't say I put pressure on myself. I obviously want to get there. I think all of the guys playing at the union level want to get there. But for now, it's just expressing yourself and actually getting confident and being confident in what you're doing and what decisions you make, especially as a game driver.
Yeah, beautiful, yeah.
Your partner speaks about pressure. I'm going to use the word opportunity. I had the privilege when I got to the Bulls, there was also 2 Springboks ahead of me, which meant Monday I had to be at my absolute best if I get swapped in.
Yes.
Tuesday, exactly the same. So the fact that you're sitting with Shaz, obviously Manie has left now, but when you had 2 of them, did that also create opportunity where every day for Jurie Matthee counted for you to improve yourself? So it's not a negative, it might have been a positive that you improved so much because of them being in the system.
Exactly. I mean, you have the privilege of your competition playing in front of you, knowing what they do. So in training, if I have the upper hand or they have the upper hand, you can play those games in the training field or on the training field. And I think it's quite a cool, like you said, it's an opportunity, measuring yourself every single day against the guy that's playing in front of you, So, no, I've learned a lot from those 2 guys and will still learn a lot from the game now.
And Jurie Matthee Stormers, what is it like representing the Hoops, playing for this
it's
team
kind of,
that everybody loves so much?
Yes,
in the
everybody
Western
loves in the studio.
we always say, our fan base are quite incredible. Sometimes when it does not go well, they'll say it to you, but I also say it when it goes well. So we're in a phase now where it goes well for the Stormers, and the fans will be behind us. But there will also be patches where you hear a lot of negativity and a chirpy. That's the people of Cape Town love a clean chirpy.
No chirpies for you? Anything you've heard?
No. Huh? The personal DMs and stuff comes through every now and then.
Really?
Yeah. No, but I mean, that's part of the game now.
They're passionate about the game.
They're very passionate, but you just ignore the how can we say, the couch heroes or the keyboard heroes.
And how do you feel in that new jersey, Adidas? Lekker.
I actually want to ask your guys' opinion on it. It kind of grows on me and I actually love it now.
Yeah, no, I was blessed
so
enough. The Adidas vibe just gives a little bit of a feel to it, yeah. And the logo for you?
I kind of like it now. I won't say.
It grows on you.
Yeah, it's sort of, because I grew up with the Stormers badge, it kind of I'm also one of those guys, but really, the change and the innovation is really cool, and I love it where the brand and the logo is now.
I must say, I didn't like the logo, and we've had this discussion, I think, with Ciabellos and Outland episode. But now, I sat here 5-6 weeks later in the URC, it looks brilliant on that new jersey. First of all, the jersey is good looking. So Adidas and Stormers, I've said this to you, it's a match made in heaven. So the logo with the new jersey, now it looks like a world-class club, honestly, from the outside. En jullie dat vat baie, om dat te sê.
No, they doen. And coming from you, Rudy, I'll take it. But if you look back at it, Johan and the leadership, they actually took quite a risk with this. And they said it was going to happen, and it actually did. So credits to them, and all compliments for taking that risk.
And even at the wages, that white one, beautiful.
Yo.
Chippy complaints,
yeah, exactly. But no, it looks good. Yeah, it's nice. And just the stripes, it gives it a different feel.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Do you guys feel good?
We feel good, definitely. And the all-field kit, everything, really, it's just incredible. Very Elite.
I must say, I watched in this week recording, I watched Monday, you guys trained in the all-white Adidas strip.
Speaking about that, yeah.
And I was like, damn it. Stunning. Mooi.
Tot hij veel raakt.
Yeah. I think the washing staff aren't happy, but yeah, it's so nice, that white.
Yeah, but looking good is feeling good, yeah.
Jurie Matthee currently playing for the Stormers. A few weeks ago, he was man of the match against Bennett and Treviso. The youngster Jurie Matthee, was he a Stormers fan?
He was. He actually grew up in the Cape, in the Western Cape. So I remember my granddad taking me to Newlands, loving the Stormers. I remember watching you play, Juba. Yeah.
Didn't get to say hello for a photo of...
No, but I was still alive back then. But no, grew up as a Stormer, so playing for your boyhood club is so cool. And I like sometimes you actually like just pinch yourself and say, listen, you're playing for the Stormers now. It's actually such a privilege. Every now and then we don't feel that good. So, no, very cool.
And has it met your childhood dreams as the reality, as those two match each other?
It's actually an interesting question. Yes, but no as well, because you have no clue of what the professional arena is like. Like you watch it from the outside and you have this opinion of this guy and that guy, but now sitting in the other side, you actually know what we're trying to do. For the guys booing someone for doing that, you know, on the field, you don't know what's actually happening on the field and how the momentum feels like. So, yes, it sort of relates to that boyhood dream, but also there's a different element to it now, knowing what actually goes on.
We speak about childhood. Where's Jurie from? Where did he grow up? We see Paul Jim. We see Paul Pepe.
All the way from Paul. I grew up in Paul. Was at gym, then
primary school
and high school. It wasn't like it's not that big of a passion, but it became a big passion, you know. Then from gym I went to Mattie's, played a few years there, studied a bit, and then I actually started working. Interesting story.
What?
I started working at PwC in Cape Town, and one of the partners was a guy I actually know, and he gave me some time off to go and play for Mattie's again. So I traveled in peak traffic, like I would say 2 hours every now and then from Cape Town in peak traffic to Stellies.
Yeah.
Went to go and train. Actually played my last season while being a working man, and then took the risk of, then the opportunity sort of came and took the risk and it paid off, I guess.
Dis is wat ek love van die show.
Yeah, so clarity, you studied at Mattie's, you got a degree, you went to go work.
Yes.
And then you took a shot back at the Rugby Varsity Cup.
Yes. So I started working, doing my articles, right? So I think I worked for 2-3 weeks, took unpaid leave for 8 weeks just to get the season done, right, at Mattie's. And then, it's sort of, I wouldn't be able to do it without the people like that, you know. I don't think anyone will give you off for 8 weeks or 9 weeks just at the beginning to go and play rugby for all that. So, took the opportunity. Then it's funny how this works. So then I was on my way to maybe Pumas or one of the smaller franchises, and the opportunity opened up, played a bit of Currie Cup, and then there was this one game I played in Cape Town where I got man of the match against the Sharks. I think we won like 45-5, and I was man of the match in that game as well, and then all of a sudden it just kicked off from there. And then 6 months later it was the Leicester game. So it's kind of a cool journey I've been on.
So everything in the 1 year?
Everything in the 1 year.
Damn.
So it's kind of a cool journey in saying that. I mean, from going 6 months in, you don't even know if you have a professional contract, and then all of a sudden you make your debut in the Champions Cup for the Stormers, and then it didn't went bad, and I guess now I'm in a good position to play rugby for quite a while.
And what was the factors that you took that risk? Saying to the job, PwC guys, I need my unpaid leave. I want one more crack at this.
I think the factor was I always had the dream, but in school I was a very late developer. So I think, going matric out. I was beginning of matric 70 kgs, going out was like just under 80. So now you're the small boy, but I had to compete with my mind. So then I just decided, listen, there's no opportunity for me now. Go to Mattie's, go and study. So I actually focused on studies quite a bit. And then once I've got my degree, I said, there's one last chance. Let's take it. And that was the last year of articles, having this unpaid leave thing. And then, you can take the opportunity, and it doesn't mean you're going to get the opportunity.
Yes.
And that's what kind of cool. So, taking the opportunity, knowing all the factors is leaving behind a career.
It's a risk.
It's a risk, you know. And then, yeah, I must give credit. It's not just my works. I mean, there must be a higher power for the opportunity I get. But I mean, yeah, I'm very fortunate and all glory for the opportunity I got.
Yeah, no, 100%. If you work hard enough, you will get it. But he said as well, once I got my degree, that is so important for rugby players. We want to say that one day, but it's going to come one day.
It will come, and I think for the Ruckers watching and the young men watching, we had the opportunity Friday night to have Jimmy Stonehouse in a discussion, and he had the same thing, the importance of education. And if you guys are watching and listening to Jurie's story, understand the importance of education as well. Okay, guys, let's make sure we have something more than just rugby for life after this game. Okay, we're going to continue.
Yeah, but Jurie, it was only fly-off. You spoke about Paul Jim. Did you play first team? Was it fly-off? Because I'm looking at 191 meters.
Juba, you won't say so a couple of years back. I played fly-off. They wanted to put me on scrum off, Rudy.
Okay,
yeah.
One Pinar style, the tall guys.
It wouldn't have worked now, but because I was this little boy, I understood the game, but couldn't get there physically with the ability side. So I played a bit of first team, played a bit of second team as well. Didn't play in that big inter-schools match. Came off the bench for that, but played in the second team. So, you know, my story is kind of a bit of an underdog story. Not having that opportunity. But also, like you said, talking about the degrees, I feel like it sort of trajected me in a different path. I think it's difficult for a boy of 18, 19 years old, having all these contracts on the table because you're playing rugby. Now, all of a sudden, you must decide to go and study. It's a very tough conversation to have, you know, because all of them have those dreams of playing professional. My advice would actually be go and study and play a bit of, or do something while you're studying. Because, you know, this 2-year contract out of school is a very difficult place to be at. Because after 2 years, now it didn't work out. What do you do then? And you guys know a couple of guys or know of those stories. But it's just, I think it's guys like us that actually must talk to the younger generation or mentor those guys and actually say, listen, take the opportunities you have. But also it's very difficult on 18 because the world, you think the world is easy and you're going to become this big shot rugby player, you know?
Yeah, you're playing in the jersey you kind of want, you're getting the money, so it's kind of easy. But for you, in that moment, you know, for us, we got this contract, we're like, yes, we can't do both because it's difficult to do both. You can't train till 5 o'clock and then you have to go put another 5 hours afterwards.
Yeah. See, that's the difficult part, Juba.
You're tired, you're mentally tired, your body's tired. You need to study.
Yeah. You see, it's a difficult world to balance because you can't be both, I guess.
Yeah, it's tough, yeah.
That is what I always wanted to. My parents always not forced me. I want to use mommy with my market. So they always try to guide me to get the degree. Right? My mindset at the time, and this is where I struggled to give a youngster advice because I made the same decision. My mindset at the time, partner, was I need to have a single-minded approach because I believed if I have a plan B, I'm allowing there to be a failure option. So that is why I'm always wary of preaching to the young. If I didn't live it, I chose the path of believing in myself and backing my thingy. But I guess not everyone's outcome is the same.
And you sometimes wonder as well, what if I took the rugby opportunity first? Could I have been a Bokke at 25? Because I'm studying or starting now.
Exactly.
It's almost like you're like, what if? What if? There's always a what if.
That's the thing. So I'm not trying to be in one corner now because, like you said, you can be a Bokke at 21, but it wouldn't have been that case, or that would have been the case if you maybe went and studied.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very tough. The advice you have to give that guy making that decision is so tough. And Rudy, I like what you said. Like throwing all your eggs in one basket it paid off for you as well. And the opportunity or like the experience you've had throughout your career, like as a rugby player, you're so privileged meeting all those guys, having a little bit of a different lifestyle. Your week looks different than a normal person. You work on a Saturday. But in saying that, you wouldn't have had that if you didn't take the opportunity. So it's a very, very tough
it's
one.
It's a catch-22.
It's a catch-22. And looking, because I can see your smile, Jurie. What has been the best part of your professional career so far? What have you enjoyed thoroughly?
Yes, I think the people and the lifestyle. I actually thought, looking from the outside, it's this, I won't call it boring, but it's very simple. And I actually enjoy the lifestyle more than I thought I would. And the professional thing, I think we're very fortunate to have a lekker culture at the Stormers. So just meeting all those guys and spending time with them and training and having a fun time. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so that's lekker.
No, I can definitely see it in your smile, which is always something for me, partner, is someone's body language, when they speak about something, gives it away. Because you can say I have fun, but...
Exactly.
That's not fun. Yeah, and lifestyle, how does a week look for you, especially look at like game week? Are you more focused rugby?
I try to get my mind away from that, Juba. So I'll maybe there will always be either Monday or Tuesday, I'll do my analysis, or maybe even Sunday. Monday, you're still sore from the previous weekend, just trying to recover. Tuesday, that's a lekker day for us. We train on Wednesday sometimes. So we also burn there, and then on Thursday, I take off. It's series, go to the beach, have a cup of coffee, see some friends, that's lekker. And then Friday is actually chilled as well. Our captains are very easy. You get in for 2 hours, maybe get a rub if you're on tour. You miss it there. And then on Saturday, it's a very easy, if you say play on 5 o'clock, it's a very easy morning. Have a cup of coffee again, going with a very relaxed mindset to the hotel, and then it's game day. Then you switch on.
Are you before the games? Are you the type of a guy that wants to be listening to hardcore music? That wants to be ons gaat hulle opeet? Of as jy, I want to have a joke with the guy next to me. Ons praat 'n bietjie oor die week. Ons talk about the chip that went wrong on the golf course. What type of personality are you before a game?
I think I'm very in between, really. I think sometimes like the game environment puts me in a space where I'm very like expressive, like I listen to my music and I enjoy myself. And then sometimes when the stress is a bit more, I kind of tend to quiet down a bit more. But in saying that, still being confident, like just enjoying it and embracing the feeling of having it. I guess you guys miss it a bit, You're kind of glad you don't have it anymore, but it's actually it's such a privilege, like that butterflies, that kind of tingling feeling.
The excitement that kicks in,
But
Poepertjie maak dit so klink.
Yeah.
Poepertjie, wat? And what music is it? While speaking, is it veel soos wit skoene?
Ja,
soos modderige water.
I kind of depend, Juba. Like sometimes I listen to gospel even. Then you have your kind of rock and roll, your more party music. It depends on what mood I'm in. Yeah, for me.
And who you close with, especially the roommates, but also on Thursdays you're having that coffees and stuff like that in the team.
So, in saying that, a lot of my friends or my close friends are actually outside of rugby. I stay with them now because of the connections you made from 9 or 18 to 22. So I have a lot of friends outside of rugby that keeps me kind of grounded, and if I have some pressure or stress, that's not actually a lot of the time, but they can kind of easily take my mind out of rugby. And that's kind of cool.
A complete break.
A complete break. Like, they would
More
say,
stuff.
how's it with your work? And then you'll say, no, it's good, this and that. But then they'll go into their things, and they don't necessarily know what's the professional or the rugby game like. And that's actually lekker. So the guys I would have coffee with is actually outside of rugby and not the guys in the team.
That is very good. I really like that fact, partner, that you kind of detaching yourself, because it can also be a fatiguing factor.
Exactly,
if you're speaking at every coffee about kick space and who missed a read and you should have come short and it was on the outside. By Saturday is pop.
And also the same thing is those guys outside of rugby is always around, because the guys inside of rugby, when you get tight with them, they go to different unions, they retire, you don't see them a lot. So sometimes that connection just grows a little bit stronger as well.
Yeah, exactly. But in saying that, really, I think it's also important to connect within, without rugby. Like, connect and have a lot of fun with each other without talking those rugby
Cross
conversations.
kicks and stuff.
No.
Hey Ruckers, it's us again.
We're giving away the Stormers jersey to someone in the comment section, so go there now. We need 35 subscribers right now. Signed by Brian Abana, John de Villiers, and a few others.
Back to the episode.
Like you do that once you're on the field, but if you get into the change room, just relax and break a bit of rugby.
Yeah, and while we speak about that, let's go back to rugby. Okay, let's talk about the Stormers, okay? The
Yes.
next 3 weeks, you're obviously off, but the next game is away against Munster. Top of the lock
Sure.
clash. How are the boys are looking? Excited for it?
Very
Plans for that
excited.
one?
No, very excited. You know, for us going to Europe, it's a different style. We like throwing the ball around. We like playing expansive. And it's still that way. It's not like we changed in 5 games' time. But it's another opportunity. I think we always have this history against Munster.
Yeah.
We lost against them in the final in Cape Town. It's the one team, I think, a couple of years back, we still haven't won them, and we actually won them again. So, no, we're looking forward to it. Very excited, and it's another opportunity to go and actually...
Show your worth, yeah.
Yeah.
And is it the 1 week there and back? What is that?
No,
What
We
is-
actually
Bayonne.
go to Bayonne, yeah, France.
but
off
then
the
it's
Munster.
into Investec.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's also a big one, eh?
Yeah,
Very big
I
match.
think Bayonne is actually top 3 or maybe
Yes.
even tabletop on that side. So it's going to be a big one. They're a loaded team as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
so,
Namalikkers.
they obviously, that
Silva?
Ursel is there.
Yes.
Manatu
Tuilagi is there. Kemi Lopez, which
Yes.
is a ex-French international
Yeah.
fly-off. So they're a loaded team, and they got a backroom staff. There is Jared Fraser, one of my
Yeah.
previous coaches, is their tech coach at Bayonne. Really fantastic rugby brain on him. Nick Abandon, and I don't know if you guys remember the name. Used to play England fullback, played for Clermont for over 5 to 10 years. He's their skills development
Yeah.
coach. So they got a lot of rugby IP
Yes.
in the backroom staff that has made Bayonne into a real powerhouse. So that's going to be a very nice game to see. Stormers Bayonne, 2 Blues, and that crowd. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Is
Yeah.
it hostile?
It's
Full house.
brilliant. It's a brilliant rugby place to play your rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting because we have, Dabo called it a roller coaster yesterday because after that we played Toulon in Quebec.
Yeah.
Quebec, yeah.
Nice
Yes.
to ba. Nice to ba.
Yes, and then I think it's Lions, Bulls, Leicester Sharks going into January. So we are on the verge of going on to like quite a journey now.
Yeah.
It's a secret center.
Yeah,
Dit wat ons kry, hier gaan ons.
And just quickly, while we spoke about Dobbo, I just want to jump into his medulla oblongata. We speak about the URC, the importance of it. We speak about the importance of the Investec Champions Cup. Is the Stormers going to take both seriously, or is the eggs in the one basket? What's
it's a tough question, Juba, to
okay?
answer.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
just
ask
kidding.
Dobbo.
No, I think it depends on where you're at in both competitions. For us now, being tabletop for the moment, I guess all our eggs are more in the URC basket, but it's also depending on how it goes into the Investec Champions
yeah.
Cup. You know, you have to have home playoffs to actually qualify.
Yeah, Siabello said it as well.
So we're quite aware of that fact. So if you at the tabletop and you of the URC, you want to take the Investec Cup seriously, but then you go and have to win Bayonne. You have to win Toulon, and I think our other home game is Leicester. Yeah. So if you win those 3, then you can take the Investec Cup serious. But it happened with the Bulls a couple of years ago where they went and played Saints because the URC was their focus. And I know there's a big controversy, but we don't maybe necessarily have the squad depth and the squad size of the
Yeah,
amount of
no
players,
point taken,
and that's very difficult. But yeah, I'm not going to say anything
Yeah,
controversial.
we'll ask
now.
Dobbo.
like it. You-
Dobbo, okay, come back to the show.
Yuri, before we say goodbye, if we have to take a thingy 2 years from now, ideology-wise, where would Jurie Matthee want to be? What is the dreams? What does your future for yourself look like?
I want to play at the top level. That's my dream. But I always say I don't think necessarily a rugby player's career is a success if you make it to national colours but in saying that, I want to get there. That's where I want to go. But for how to get there practically is just playing a lot of rugby now in the next couple of years. So I enjoyed my time now of where I'm at. I'm currently in the decision of where I want to go next. But wherever I go, I just want to play rugby. You got to play. It's our currency. You got to play to become one of the better guys in our industry. So.
Man, it's under the belt, eh? It's everything.
It
gives
everything.
you confidence. It just gives you that mold, and it pushes you forward.
Exactly.
But I have to ask you one question before we go. I want to ask you about that backspin cross kick. We haven't seen that a lot.
Chuba, you call that an inside shank, basically.
I thought he's playing. I thought it's Manie Libbok with this one, Shasa with the kick and chase, and now you with the backspin.
Yeah, I'll take it if it's a backspin, but no, I was actually looking quite far to the right. And then Daniel Duplessis just like tucked in front of me and tried to bend it around, and then I can't take credit for that bounce.
Yes.
But Ivan Roos is happy about that.
Very happy.
No, Jurie, thank you very much, man, for the time. We really appreciate it. I know you're up and around in your season as well. You're making ready for a massive clash against Munster. But yeah, have some time off, enjoy it. But thanks for making the time. Hopefully we'll see you guys on top there, staying on top of things and enjoying it, and hopefully things will go well.
I think Jurie, the cool thing about our show is that we, obviously the audience get to learn about you, and I think for us also, that's what I love about sitting in this chair. I know you better. I know when I watch you the next time, I can pick up when he's smiling, when he's chirping, when he's this, because it fits into what I've currently learned. And thank you for that. Thank you for offering your time just to have a normal chat with us about your life in rugby.
No, thanks for having me. It's a privilege, and always like to have a chat about things that matter. So
next time we'll have a coffee.
Exactly.
Next time we'll
Coffee,
have a coffee.
art and everything.
Yes.
Love it, man. Hey guys, that's Jurie Matthee.
Cheers, guys.
Ruckers, that was a very nice chat with Jurie Matthee, okay, but we're going to segue straight into rugby. We're going to make sure we cover everything. But before we get there, let's take a quick moment to reflect on this past weekend's, our experience at the Boktown. Look at what it looked like when we sang the national anthem. Beautiful.
Yo, what Springbok rugby means to this country. You can feel and see the passion within the supporters. I mean, Boktown was special. The Springbok supporters, not going to sleep 10 past 10 because a 10 out of 10 performance from the Springboks. Eh? It's fantastic to see.
Look, it was a fantastic Saturday evening, witnessing that video where we sing and reflecting on that, the pride that is currently within our nation surrounding the Springboks. Is something that all of us must cherish.
Yeah, 100%.
Must hold on to it, and we must enjoy it, partner.
100%. Yeah, and we had a lekker discussion with Ivan Roos as well, Ruckers. So you do have a moment, go to our WhatsApp channel right now. Okay, we got a lot of experience from this past weekend from Boktown inside our WhatsApp channel where we speak to a couple of these supporters, speak to a couple of people, and they're just enjoying the moment at all in Paul at the Casalaga Boktown. Eh? Partner, we're still into it. Hey, it looks like the All Blacks are on the Grand Slam and stuff like that. Hey?
Yeah. Look into that, and we can quickly reflect on that France game again. I know we spoke about it in our review show, which was phenomenal, but I think I'm still buzzing because of that game, and I'm still not over it yet.
Yeah, because it is the biggest game, Springbok game this year. Yes, we had Eden Park, but it was a different vibe. But this game was very important. Yes, we got Ireland as well, but it was massive. But let's get to the fixtures of this weekend. This weekend coming, we're starting up with Italy versus the Springboks on Saturday, 22-3. England versus New Zealand, a big one on Saturday, 10 past 5. Wales versus Japan at 22-8. Ireland versus Australia at 10 past 10. Ooh, also late. France versus Fiji, same time, 10 past 10. And then on Sunday, we've got Scotland versus Argentina, which is a massive one as well. Hey partner, is Italy, South Africa the biggest one? I think England, New Zealand is kind of the biggest one for this weekend.
Look, if you look at rugby in its pure context, it is England versus New Zealand. But for all the Ruckers, for us sitting here, it's obviously Springbok rugby. It is Jurie against the Springboks. Jurie coming off beating the Wallabies. They have confidence now. They have also played us in this year, so they're kind of accustomed. They've battled ready for the Springboks. So it's still a nice, exciting test match that we can look forward to this upcoming Saturday.
100%.
Springbok rugby back, a few changes that possibly the team has. Ruckers again. When we recorded, because Rassie only released the team this Thursday morning. So as we're recording, we don't know the team. But I think it's going to be a really good test match to watch, and hopefully a lot more attacking rugby as well, partner.
100%. We'll see a little bit more attacking rugby, I think, and there's going to be a lot of changes. I think there's a couple of guys that needs to get opportunity that's inside the squad that also went over, and maybe like Andre Pollard and these type of boys, because we're playing Ireland again, to refocus for that massive one as well. But yeah, Italy came off a massive win against Australia. I think it was 26-19 the score. Australia, which is coming off a great British and Irish Lions, are looking like they kind of a bit in form, but Italy showed a little bit of class, and it's good to see. It's a different Italy team that we had in the inbound tour. We kind of hurt them a little bit, giving them 45-0 when they came over, so they're hurting. They want to come out and show us a little bit of what they've got. And with a couple of guys back, Capuccio that's back, Monty Ione that's back, that he played an incredible game as well. And then that center pairing that is broad and butter for them. Brex is back. They don't play together when it comes to Benetton with Tommaso Menancello. It's going to be a crack of a game to show Italy where we are at.
The Springboks.
Yeah.
I think Italy should know where we are at. We're number one in the world. I think if Italy doesn't know where the Springboks are at, there's absolute problems. Partner, but I quickly want to ask you a question. If we look at the Wellington result and this past Saturday's game, which for you was the better test match comparison in the two? Us beating the All Blacks in Wellington in the fashion that we did, and now looking back at the France test match at Stade de France with the fact that we went down to 14 men and the way that we played in this past test match.
For me personally, I think this past weekend is a bigger one for a couple of contexts. First of all, it's been 2 years since we played them. Everyone is going on like, yes, we stole that game. It's 1 point. And like Coach Siki said it as well, how can we steal something that they've never got? Okay, hulle moet weet daarvan. But coming back to France, there was a lot going on to this game. We showed them now the class that we are. It just shows them, listen here, they are at the top of the the Six Nations. We in the Northern Hemisphere, we the best in the Southern Hemisphere, and the statement was gemaakt geweest. Wellington test match for me was more about, it was almost like a revenge from the Eden Park one, because we wanted the Eden Park one. We played some good rugby, but there was no context to that game, just in terms of, beating New Zealand in New Zealand. We beat them in Wellington, we've done it before. If we beat them in Eden Park, it would have been a different story. But I think this past weekend was a massive game in terms of just showing the world, listen here, what we've got. And our DNA, we always with our DNA, how we play, it's about our forwards in our scrums and also our mauls as well. It just shows the class that we have. And I feel, I don't know about you, but it feels to me like the Frenchies played the same way we wanted to play. They were not running the ball around, and we know the French flair.
That's why I'm not confused. I think they do play that way. They play a Springbok rugby. Toulouse plays a different way. So for me, the French is all about defensive suffocation, kicking long, bringing pressure, and then playing in transition. Playing off your mistakes and making sure they hurt you either when you kick a poor kick. And then Ramos, obviously consistent, Mr. Reliable, going for 3 points. They build scoreboard pressure on you and then they take it away in the last 20 minutes of the game. The same as Springbok rugby. But I'm going to go with the better performance and the game that stands out for me this year still is the Wellington test match. The fact that we put 40 points on an All Black team in New Zealand and the performance and the quality of that day. If we look at the performance that day of Damian Willemse, we look at the performance of Ethan Hooker that day, the Jasper Wiese, Cheslin Colby's try that he scored from the interception to set that game up. So that test match still for me is one of the best performances this year of a Springbok team. 40 points in New Zealand against New Zealand after we lost the test match the previous week at Eden Park. I'll go with the Wellington test match as my test match of the year so far.
Ruckers, jump in the comment section. Let us know what your biggest test match was. I mean, we debated a little bit over here. I mean, even this past weekend with the red card, coming back, scoring the tries, 1 point in front, and even the Wellington one was massive test matches. But if you move over to the Italy one, We're expecting a big, I don't know, are they going to give us a backlash? Looking at what they did against Australia?
I think it will still be a tough test match for 50 minutes. But I believe the Springbok team, they just, it's the golden box. It's this generation that knows how to win games. Some days they win ugly, some days they win beautiful by playing like the Wellington Test match, extravagant game of rugby, the Tony Ball that we obviously phrase it to. So hopefully it will be a nice contest that you can enjoy on a Saturday afternoon
100%,
from the rugby point of view. And for everyone that will get an opportunity, or some of the guys that get an opportunity, they can put up their hands and put in a brilliant performance. And we can take confidence, obviously, into the Island Test match the following week coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be massive as well, yeah. But let's look at that big one. England versus New Zealand. It's obviously they're going on a run for a Grand Slam. England is looking hot.
Yeah.
Is New Zealand looking hot?
I like New Zealand. I like the way they look.
Even though hurt it against
You can look at it. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it, or you can say the defensive work was excellent, keeping Scotland out, not scoring a try when they were supposed to. You can also say that's a really good quality. All Black teams in the past always found a way in the last 10 minutes to win Test matches. They still won a really difficult Test match. I still like the All Blacks in this Test match. There's something about All Black rugby that I will never underestimate. I like Lester Fanganuka and Quintu Paya on centres. Damien McKenzie's X-Factor coming off the bench. And that loose trio balance really looks good. Peter Lakai, destructive number 8, something they've always had in the past. Obviously, Savia speaks for himself. And then Oscar Satutu.
Wallace Atiti.
Wallace Atiti, apologies. Wallace Atiti. His ability in contact just to get in behind players in close combat. So for me, it's still the All Blacks. I'm not going to get onto the hype train for England just as yet.
For me, it's a team selection. I kind of like Wallace Atiti at number 8. With Wallace Atiti at number 8, and then at 7 we got Ari Savia with a combination of the number 9. What's his name again?
Roygaard.
Cam Roygaard. So if Cam Roygaard plays, they've got a different link to it, especially with Bowden Barrett. If those 7, 8, 9, 10 plays, they're looking good. They're missing Jurie Barrett a little bit, just to give him a little bit of a different angle to it. But I still feel like there wasn't a lot of consistency for me throughout this past couple of weeks in terms of the team selection. The sentence changed a lot, the wingers changed a lot. Leroy, what is his name? Leroy Carter doesn't feel like he's got this X factor like the Cheslin Colby and the Kurtley Arendse. Will Jordan at the back is almost most of a running type of fullback. His kicking game, his aerial skills is not on like international level for me, but he gets at the end of things. So anything can happen. With a little bit disruptive that New Zealand is in at the moment. They're going to lose their coach Holland as well in the end of the year. I think there's a massive opportunity for England to take this one in terms of how the past 2 games, how they're coming into this game. England is looking good with a couple of players that's obviously coming back. Ollie Lawrence that's back. They've got Henry Arendale that's back. Faya Wayabozo is also back. So there's a good couple of players coming back that's going to make a massive difference for the England team. They're looking on song. They're looking good at Twickenham, especially against Fiji as well. So this game is going to be massive. It's going to be an interesting one.
No, it looks it's going to be a very good game. I think there's something about the All Blacks having big-bodied outside backs again. Fanganuka was industrious that first 35 minutes on the centre. It might be the 4th test that him and Quintu Paya start next to each other. So they'll always get better moving forward. Obviously, Cam Roygaard, massive part. And then for me, those 2 locks have played excellent last week. Josh Lord and Fabian Holland. So Holland is a big boy. He gives them something for the gain line again. So they're still young in their international careers, and they'll only get better. So I'm unfortunately, Ruckers, not taking my eyes off the All Blacks. So I'll still go with them in this one by 8 points, partner.
Let's go with score prediction. So you say New Zealand plus 8?
Yeah.
I'm on the other side. I think England's got a good shout at it. England is the only team that can stop them from this Grand Slam. I don't think Wales will do it next week. So I'm going to go with England plus 5 at Twickenham. The boys are looking good. Earl's looking like he's playing like a house on fire. They've got the wingers coming up, looking strong. the Smith brothers, Mitchell, they got Ben Spence as well coming off the bench that can make a massive difference. But in the same breath, I can say, you always say they've got a soft underbelly. So if they don't start well, if they leave this plastic energy and they keep on the fundamentals of being strong in the scrums, the mauls, and the running the All Blacks off the park, they have a shout at it. So I'm going to go England +5 for this one. It's going to be a massive, massive one.
And the Springboks Italy test match?
No, it's too strong. For me personally, looking at the last 10 minutes, our mauls variation, it's not about our mauls are strong, we can score tries, but we got variations of peeling out the back of the mauls, we got variations of damming up the front, getting it, calling it the front and then making momentum down there and scoring tries. If we can start that game with 2 quick maul tries in the first 20 minutes, it's going to be a tough day to office for the Italians, so I'm going to say Italy, South Africa +20.
Okay, nice. That's a good. I like that. I like it strong and bold. I'll go Springboks by 16. I also think we'll be too strong.
Yeah.
But hopefully the Italians with Jamie Vardy at 9 and those boys, they can give us something to just feel on the edge of our seats a little bit.
100%, yeah. And the other games, which is also a nail biters, like Wales versus Japan. You can almost say same league.
Yes. No, you can't. That is the reality at the moment. The Japanese didn't look too bad against Ireland this past weekend. They had 15 minutes where the game was 17-10 going into halftime, and the Japanese had a few opportunities that they could have scored and they didn't. So the Japanese got a good shout against Wales, and they beat Wales early in the year in that little inbound test series they had against each other in one test match. So why not for an upset? Why not go for the Japanese and Eddie Jones taking one over the Wales?
I don't know if that is an upset, though.
Fair enough.
The Wales is struggling at the moment. Yes, they've got Louis Zamet back in their squad as well.
But they lost Jack Morgan. This past weekend.
A massive loss. Yeah. No, I'm going to go with you, partner, in this one. I'm going to go Japan. But it's going to be a tight one, like 4
I can't say how much. I'm hoping Japan will win.
I'm going to go 4, Ireland versus Australia.
Irish
easier. I'm on the same boat, but +5 there. France, Fiji. They're going to hurt the Fijians. Also plus.
Might be a lot closer than we think, the Fijian game. A lot of those Fijians play their rugby in the top 14, so they're always up for that one.
No, I think they're going to
French will still win it, but the Fijians, it might not be as easy for the Frenchies.
I think it's going to be a smash for the Fijians, +15.
For the Fijians?
For the Frenchies.
Okay.
They're going to smash them off the park. Scotland versus Argentina. That's on Sunday, 5:10.
The only problem for me with Argentina's part, and they haven't put back-to-back games together. So obviously they haven't gone beating a team this week, following it up the next weekend. They went beating the British and Irish Lions, then they lost to England, a beat team English side in Argentina.
You never know when they fire them.
So it's a difficult one, very difficult one.
I'm struggling too with that one. Because you don't know when are they going to pitch up. Hopefully they pitch up in this game. Scotland didn't look too bad against New Zealand. It's a game they I don't want to say throw away, but they were looking good. I'm going to back the Argentinians. I feel like they were an okay-ish game last week, and hopefully they play like this, 1 on, 1 off, 1 on, 1 off. So hopefully they will be on this weekend. I'm going to back them +5.
+5. I'll go with Scotland +8, just because their attacking threat and defensively Argentina leaks tries. So that's my reason for going with Scotland. But it can go either way. Yeah. It's a very difficult one. But Ruckers, tuning in and you enjoy our content, I ask you again, smash the subscribe button, hit notifications so you know when we release content on our platform. Guys, there was a fantastic prize up for grabs in the Jurie Matthee interview. Make sure you comment, tag some friends, make sure that you guys win the rugby jersey, all right? And I hope you had fun with us this week on another exciting episode of your number one rugby podcast.
Fun, and guys, it made it extra fun for us. Behind the Ruck is supported by Super Sport Bet, okay? Get your skin in the game, go to the websites, okay? And switch it up, okay? And while we're on switching it up, our hydration sponsor Switch is also doing fantastic work. Lots of competitions coming your way. So guys, go check out the website, go check out their social media pages, okay? They're looking after us so we can all be in the same aura, okay? Yeah? Yep.
Let's go, Bokke. Have a lekker rest of your weekend, guys.
Guys, Jurie. I'm Juan de Jong.
I'm Rudy Page.
And the Ruck is always clear. Bye-bye.